Everyone situated? Are we ready to get started? Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Well, happy Tuesday. Glad of all of y'all to be here. We'll go ahead and I wanted to start with a couple of things and then we'll roll into some updates. So, if you cannot believe it, what date do you think is the halfway point of the calendar year? Any guesses? Any guesses? Almost or close. Actually, August 2nd. July 2nd. July 2nd. So I'm technically, yes, living on a prayer. So I've been here right about 6 months. July 2nd was exactly smack in the middle of the year. And we've had a fun 6 months, have we not? I have. I don't know about you. I've enjoyed every second of those 6 months. I am being genuine. Some more than others, but I have. So nonetheless, just wanted to kind of make that comparison. We're about halfway through the year. So we've got quarter 2 and quarter 3, and then 2023 would have departed. So I'm looking forward to the second half of 2023 and really just kind of finalizing a lot of these projects and just moving into fall and holiday season. So that's always a favorite time of year for me. And so just looking forward to that. I know that there was a couple. Are there any resident announcements that we want to have before we get started? Any particular resident announcements?
Right here.
Hi, I'm Beth Bowman. I just wanted to mention to people that we are going to be having a book swap on September 28th, and there will be tubs at the front desk of both North Building and South Building for you to deposit books that you want to contribute. Please come out on the 28th of September and select some that you might like to read that we have been turned in by somebody else. The hours are probably going to be 11 to 3, but that's still not finalized. Any questions?
Thank you very much. We'll get more information out on that. Okay, any other announcements before I get started? Nope. All right, we'll get going. I know Mrs. Robin, did you want to mention anything additional about FLYCRA? I know we've been talking about that every meeting. Is she here?
Well, I can.
No? Where are you?
Hi.
There you are. Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for those of you who have signed up already. We're pretty full on the trip to Sarasota. I do want to tell you that the start time of when we have to leave is still in negotiation with transportation. So it may be a little earlier, it may be a little later, but we want to be there as close to 8:30 as possible. So what it is what it is, and I'll let you know as soon as we have more information. If anybody is interested in going, I think there are a few spots left. This is the FLYCRA annual meeting. It should be annual, but it isn't. It's our regional meeting, and that's what's important about it, because we'll get together with the other CCRCs in this region and see what we have in common. Thank you for your interest and your participation.
I think there's 5 left in the north that haven't signed.
5 slots left on the north.
No, not in the south.
Well, we're not relegating to,
Right, there's 5 empty spaces.
but the point is if you want to sign up, you might need to go over to the north building. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Appreciate that. Okay. So a couple updates from Innovative Home Services. They did say the puzzle winner for some free services is Jackie Caetano. And so they'll be having out an additional puzzle in July. Again, if you do these, it's fun and you get free services. Resident check-ins, Betsy wanted to remind us, don't forget to push your daily check-in between 5 to 9:59. The reminder slips are put in the in-house mailboxes for some repeat offenders. Reminder to hold off on any please non-urgent reception requests between 10 to 10:30 while we are completing all of those check-ins. So just a friendly reminder. Resident Services, as I mentioned, Kelly Clark has now been onboarded, and we will be having her join us on Thursday. It'll be a very busy first day for her, but she'll start on Thursday.
Friday.
Oh, I know, I got the dates wrong. Sorry, she's starting Thursday. So she's starting Thursday, but she'll be in training Friday. So Beth Griggs is our regional support. So she'll be here to work with her on Friday, but Kelly will be here on Thursday, whatever that date is. So until then, it's been a little of a whirlwind, huh? Till then, please continue seeing Christine and Carol. They've done a great job in the interim of Kelly's onboarding, and we'll get her properly trained and get that position here for you all. So we do have a couple COVID updates. They are recovering well, but we do have 2 active COVID cases. So just kind of keep that in mind for all precautions. We do have 2 active COVID cases with our IL residents.
Which building?
We have specifically, I know for sure, one is in the south. They're both in the south. Yep, both in the south. Again, just an update from HR. Again, Kelly Clark will be here, and she's got the right date, June 28th. Look, okay, our dates run together. You'd think we'd know better. We got to get it together. Well, whatever Thursday is, the 29th, she'll be...
The Gallus, 29.
That's funny. Betsy, you're supposed to proofread us. I'm blaming Betsy, I'm kidding. So as you know, we have a lot going on, so all of our days do get mixed up. We're apologizing, but for sure she starts on Thursday. For sure the event is on Thursday. So some housekeeping updates. Hopefully there's no dates on this slide. Environmental Services did complete the floor care in the following areas: South Men's Restroom, first floor; South Women's Restroom, first floor; South flooring leading into the restroom; and then the North Women's Restroom, first floor. So again, I love that Evan is very passionate about their work, and so he's kind of included some photos as comparison. So as you can kind of see before the project, these were some of those areas we just mentioned, and then after looks much, much better. So definitely lots of elbow grease went into that, so they did a fantastic job of the before and afters. Another kind of before, another after. So they really got in there and deep cleaned those areas. Updates from Clearwater Carpet. They will be cleaning the 5th floor north. Oh, I hope that's the right date. Wednesday the 28th? Yeah, okay. We're 0-1. 5th floor south, Thursday the 29th, and then north entrance 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Just a couple food and beverage updates. As I mentioned, Phil, Ricky, and Johnny are at the Shaney Food Show in Fort Lauderdale, hopefully getting lots of inspiration and bringing us back lots of amazing new initiatives for our program. But they're really excited about a lot of movement they've had in their department. So Mel has actually been promoted to sous chef. If you haven't met him, he's absolutely wonderful, very, very, very personable. Brings many years of country club experience, so we absolutely love that. And they've hired 3 new servers: Alexandria, Alyssa, and then Alyssa's brother. Alyssa was actually so impressed with our community and with you residents and our team that she brought her brother along as well. And as we know, our food and beverage has lots of siblings and family, and so we really love that about that department. So that's just 3 of our most recent new hires, and then they've hired 2 additional cooks, and they feel like those cooks are really shining as well. So all of that translates into better food for you, so we're usually really excited about reporting on that. Just a little information about, so Maddie mentioned that this has been out for a little bit of time now at the front desks, I believe, and on the back of your current menus. But the grand opening event schedule is as follows. The pub is 8 a.m. This is for Thursday. Pub is 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., 11:30 to 2. North takeout, 11 a.m. to 11:30, and then 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Dine-in, 11:45 to 2:30. South is closed all day, and all venues are closed for dinner. And again, this is at the front areas as well as on the back of the menus. We, of course, are doing that for the large event that we're doing. That is going to take a lot of our team and a lot of manpower with the overwhelming response we've had. So we're looking forward to that, but bear with us, the venues will be closed for dinner. Just updates on, dare I even mention this, the asphalt repaving will be done tomorrow. We'll keep moving on. Town Hall AV Specialist, we're just going to put past that. AV Specialist will be completing their installation and testing the equipment. We are just still waiting on those speakers, but they have been here. And actually this morning they had their training. So a couple of the residents, as well as Ginger and Darwin, got some training on the equipment in the town hall. The temporary stage lighting will be installed tomorrow for our event. So we'll be testing that to make sure we know how to use all of that. And they should be here today. I haven't seen them yet, but all the toilets will be replaced in the town hall for the ADA standards from 15 to 17. So that should be today. Ask and you shall receive. Again, back to the breezeway sprinklers. We're almost done. That should actually be completed by the end of the week. If I don't say so myself, they've done a fantastic job of hiding all that ugly piping. So you can barely tell that it's all there. So they're finishing that, and we'll just have final inspections. So again, we're almost done with a lot of these major projects. Couple things, of course, from Blue Team, they are still finishing their audit. They're auditing every one of the units they worked in over the last year and a half. And we executed the contract with our design firm to begin the design process for the North Lobby. So I know it's been a little bit since we've been in that process with Bobby and group, but we'll start that again. And Greg with THW should have some design concepts in the next week or two. So as we get that, we'll share that information and kind of give you updates on that. Again, that is just the North Lobby due to the fire and the line of sight. Since all of the corridors have been updated, we will now move into the lobbies. Okay, just a couple follow-ups from me. A lot of our focus has been on the main event and just general operations, but emergency preparedness, I have not forgotten. We will hold our presentation for emergency preparedness. I know Brant used to do that every year. I was used to doing that as well. We'll do it the second week of July. We'll get through July 4th, and we'll do it the second week of July. Betsy has been revising that healthcare form, and I think the plan, Betsy, was we were going to disperse that in that meeting.
No, we'll do another one with our new resident service director.
Okay. So when the new resident service director comes, we'll get that process going, but you'll have those before and at that meeting as well. So we can either help you with that and have her part of that process. Again, I mentioned AV specialists are here today to train on the equipment. I think Ginger, was it too complicated? Y'all got it?
No.
Okay, good.
Very easy.
That closet's very overwhelming, so I'm glad it's not too complicated. And then just an FYI, I will be on PTO for Friday and then a couple of days next week. I'll be back after 4th of July next week. So no Tuesday talk for, I guess, the 4th of July week, but I'll be back Thursday and Friday of next week. I always like to let you know if I'm here or not. Husband's coming home for the first time in 3 weeks, so I guess I should see him for a couple days before he leaves again. So again, just a little bit of updates of our event. Just a reminder, we're doing the 2 seatings because of the occupancy and the overwhelming response, 2 to 4 and then 6 to 8. We are doing an open bar in the main entrance of the foyer. We will have assigned seating. We do have assigned seating that has been managed by Miss Johanna and her team. Thank you, Miss Johanna. I'm sure that was a very tough process trying to make 300 people happy in seatings, but thank you for taking on such a very daunting task that we just simply weren't not able to. So we do appreciate it, and we hope that everyone enjoys, regardless of where you're sitting, regardless of what seating. It's going to be an amazing event. They're both the exact same, but regardless of the seating, and we just thank her for really helping. Otherwise, it could have been a little organized in the beginning. Again, we will be valeting your assisted devices, just so we can make room. Again, we are hosting about 130 people in that room. It is able to host 211, but that's without 18 tables and 130 chairs. So, as you can tell, 39, thank you. Lots and lots of tables that requires, and chairs, of course, for you to have a seat. So, nonetheless, we will be valeting those devices. Food and beverage, that is the reason that we will have the venues closed, is the entire team will be passing lots of hors d'oeuvres. You'll probably be so full you won't even think about dinner from all the appetizers. Again, residents only because of the occupancy, and Johnny will be our entertainment, and we also have a surprise entertainer. I will, of course, do some opening comments, welcome all of you, and welcome our partners from LCS, from Schaefer Construction, and from LCS Development. So Brant Spence, as I've mentioned, played a big part in this area, so he will be present, and I would love the opportunity for him to kind of address that area, and then Jill Sorensen, our VP. So they'll all be there and to support us and to party with us, really. Other than that, just dress to impress. We will be taking photos, and the food and beverage have beautiful little vests and bow ties, and so we all are excited to see them. Nice and
They're going to have dance escort there.
yes. So Marco, is that his name, right? Yes, Marco will be there with a friend, I believe. Okay. All right. So just a reminder from Sherry for the residents who received their increases on September. We are doing a presentation tomorrow, Grand Lobby South, the 28th. Sherry has her dates, right? At 10 a.m. And that is just for those that pertain to September. This is the first year, from my understanding, this is the first year that they are doing the two different presentations separately. So Sherry will be presenting that information for those September only tomorrow. Okay. All right, I think that was it. She mentioned just a couple updates from activities. Wednesday, the 28th, again, the rate increase presentation. Wednesday, the 28th, great courses featuring Leonardo da Vinci, 3 p.m. in Grand Lobby South. And Thursday, the 29th, our grand opening event. Again, please check your mailboxes for your seating time and table numbers. Miss Johanna was kind enough to even leave her phone number on there if you have any questions. And the team did, of course, cancel the dish talk just due to the prep of the event. Other than that, just another reminder, I'd like to keep this front in your mind with our extraordinary impressions. Those are the comment cards in the dining rooms now, as well as the front desks. And we like to remind you to use those for the team. So please write on those, please turn those in. Those help us not only vote for our employees of the month, but also give them lots of free gifts.
They also have them in the pub.
And in the pub now as well. Thank you. Okay, so that was really not too many updates for me, huh? So I'll take a couple questions.
I don't know if I'm the only person confused or not, but it's possible. The parking, with them finishing the parking in the back, when do we need to move our cars? Or are they not doing that?
I'm not sure exactly what parking you're referring to, but we will be done and completed tomorrow. Unless some torrential rain occurs, we will be done tomorrow. So all the parking should be able to be resolved. We are still working on the parking for that north curve because ultimately we do not want parking in that area.
For the south, we can do a call them all to let them know it's okay to move.
We will do a call them all. Yeah, we will do a call them all once, yes. We don't want to get that out just yet until they've completed everything, and then we can do that information.
I understand from talking to Arlie that the air conditioner in the south dining room is broken and a new one needs to be ordered. Are you aware of that?
The last conversation I had with Darwin was not that, but I will follow up.
It's hot.
Hurry.
It's hot.
Okay. You said the south dining room? I don't know how to get out of this game. You tell me it's hot, I go down there, Darwin goes in there, it's fine, and then we have this conversation all over again.
It's the back.
The very back, okay. All right. So I will grab Darwin myself by his belt loops, and we will go back there and walk that area and see. And this is the south dining room.
Right here.
Yeah, we keep playing this game, and I'd really like to not. So we'll get that looked at for you.
Right here.
Yes, ma'am.
You had mentioned that the blue team had settled with everybody on their storage rooms. They've never got in touch with me.
Okay.
And if you walk into the first storage room, behind the desk there is stuff all over in there. And some of the storage rooms have not been checked out.
Yeah.
And
So what is your apartment number? Because Blue Team has been working with our residents directly on that. And that was the information that I got, that they had resolved the last few missing items. So what is your apartment number so we can get that resolved for you?
R203.
Okay. I will have Rashid with Blue Team follow up with you. And you are still missing items?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm Johanna Guzik, and I took care of placing people at various tables. I started with the reservations that came from dining services. I've had, like when I leave the apartment, I come back, there are 6 phone calls waiting for me. But I'm trying to resolve all of these. Many people have called and said, I made a reservation at 5 o'clock, and they told me that I had a reservation at 5 o'clock. And so then I've had to resolve that, no, you either go to 2 or 6. But be patient with me, and I have, to my knowledge, resolved all the calls that have come, and I'll continue to help you.
And thank you for that. I think, as we all know, initially it was set for the, yes, please. Thank you again. Again, as we all know, it was set from 5 to 8 until we had the overwhelming response and realized we couldn't fit 211 people in a room with 18 tables and 139 chairs. So yes, maybe if you made your reservations right in the beginning, it would have said 5. So thank you again, Ms. Johanna, for taking on such a task. We do appreciate the level of commitment that you made. In order, ultimately, we all share a goal for it to be a nice event with without a bunch of confusion and chaos. And I think this would help. Any other questions?
Yes, for the people who use the wheelchairs or accessories, as you said, and if they can't make
Devices? Yes, ma'am.
Devices, I'm sorry. They can't make it to the table without it. Will somebody be walking them to their table and then bringing their device back to them when they're ready to leave, or how are you going to help those people? Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yes, that's the plan, to escort them there. If they absolutely cannot move a foot without it, then we can allow that. But ultimately, we are hoping to kind of keep you in your seat for the show, as well as the entertainment. We will have staff that are designated to your tables to really get you anything you need for the most part. So again, we're not going to take it from you if it's going to be a hindrance, but the idea is to keep you in your seat, and we would escort you, yes.
If you and Darwin go into the south dining room and no one's in there, it's probably going to feel okay.
Okay.
But when people come in there, in the crow's nest and in those back tables, it is hot.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Sweat runs down my face.
Oh, no. It's great for the skin. We'll take a look at it. Thank you.
Excuse me, it's late in the evening for that. You just don't walk in at noontime and there's nobody in there, and it works fine. It's in the evening when the evening sun comes in. It needs either a little bit of more directional for that area. I don't know how you do it, but
Okay. We'll take a look at it. Thank you. Great. Any other questions?
Is this our last date for, in this building for Tuesday talk?
I have not made that decision yet. It's going to depend on AV specialist and the status of the equipment. I will communicate accordingly.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Do I understand that there's no more repaving going to be done? Just the area that's done already?
For this year, yes, ma'am.
Lindsay, I thought we were going to pave the 5th floor this year.
She asked about repaving.
Oh, I thought she said repainting.
No,
We all did, sorry.
no, she asked about repaving. We will do the rest of it next year. We're doing it in sections. Yes, sir.
Yes, Lindsay, I would like to say thank you to you. As some of you unfortunately know, I have rather strong views on parking. And that extends to how they're labeled between guests, residents, vendors, and staff. It has to do with parking on the road around the loop in front of the North Building.
Yes.
So as a resident, Lindsay agreed to see me last Friday. And I have to tell you, I was pleasantly surprised that her strategic plan to deal with all of these things that I get up on my soapbox about and that I think others share is very almost an exact overlay to what I would like to see. It's just will take time to implement. The repaving gives us a chance to start on that process. We've already cleared parking from one section around the North Building, and it's the intention to, at some point, have no parking on either lane for cars, trucks, buses, anywhere on the 2 lanes of Regency Oaks around the perimeter. It will take some time to get there because there are stages that we have to deal with, like the blue team and the removal of certain skips and dumpsters. But I wanted to say thank you because that's, as you know, something that I'm quite passionate about.
Yes, I am aware, and I do appreciate your time and everyone's feedback, and I don't take a lot of credit. You guys were very much instrumental in helping us. We were a little bit behind the mark in some of the details, and we plan to do better next time, so I appreciate your guidance and your expertise, so thank you. Any other questions? Okay, well, I'll see y'all Thursday when it's time to party. Let's have a blast. I can't wait. Come looking beautiful. We want to take lots of amazing photos.